Hey everyone, welcome to cookingwithchampagne.com. I was just grabbing some ingredients for our recipes today. I already started cooking because we're a week away from Memorial Day. So today we're going to make a nice roasted potato salad, and we're also going to make two different appetizers for your barbecue or your picnic, whatever you might be doing for Memorial Day. So I already started cooking because some of the food had to cool off. So let's get to the kitchen and continue our Memorial Day barbecue appetizers. We're in the kitchen now, and I already started, like I said before, some of this meal and little bit of the potatoes and the appetizers, just because they have to have time to cool off before we wrap our appetizers in the dough. We're going to start off with our roasted potato salad. Now this is great because it's better than just boiling the potatoes. What I have here are 2 pounds of the Red Bliss mixed with the creamy whites, the baby ones. And all I did was cut them in half and then put them in the big bowl. I drizzled them with olive oil liberally, nice amount of salt and pepper, and I put some chili powder in there, and I mixed it up well, and then I put them on this baking sheet that I lined with the aluminum foil, and I sprayed it with some olive oil. And when you do this, you want to put the flesh side down because you want them, see how beautiful they look? You want them to get nice and caramelized with the flesh side down. So these have much more flavor than if you would just boil the potato. So this is what we're going to use for our potato salad. But first, before we do that, let's make our dressing. I'm not using mayonnaise the way they usually do a potato salad. I'm going to use some light sour cream. And also in this little bowl that I have right here, I have 2 egg yolks from hard-boiled eggs that I made this morning, and I just used the yolks. That goes in first. Then I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce to this. Now this is good because you can use fat-free also sour cream. You can use Greek yogurt. That's delicious as well. And we're going to take some of our sour cream. I love sour cream. And the only thing we're going to do with this to make it a little less sour is to put a little bit of sugar, and we're going to use honey mustard in this as well. So we're going to just take some of this for now. And what I want to do is I want to whisk it because we want to break up the egg in there and make it nice and smooth. And you could do that with a whisk, or you could do this inside a blender if you wanted to. Now to this, I'm going to add some honey mustard, honey Dijon mustard. Now you can use regular Dijon if you'd like, but I like to use the 2 combined into one. This is kind of sweet and spicy, so we're going to put that in. And you can get all of the ingredients and all of the measurements on cookingwithchampagne.com, so make sure you go on there and download the recipes. And we're just going to mix this up. Smells good already. And then we're going to add in the rest of our sour cream. Now, if you didn't want to use sour cream, another nice way to dress this is with maybe an Italian vinaigrette. One of my favorites is the basil vinaigrette by Good Sea. Put some salt, and we'll taste it if it needs more. Pepper. And I'm going to add sugar. For those of you who've been watching me for a while know that I use sweet and low. If you don't use any kind of sugar substitute, you can put in as much sugar. You can eliminate the sugar. Just put a little at a time and taste it to see how sweet you like it. Some people don't like it sweet. I like it a little sweet. So I'm putting in some of that and a little pinch of the white wine vinegar. Just a little bit. And that's going to help loosen it up too. And then we just mix this all together. Look how nice and creamy that is. Now with the mayonnaise, usually if it's a hot day, it's hard to keep the mayo out because it spoils. And So this is a nice alternative to it. The sour cream is already sour. So there you go. Taste it to see if we need any more seasoning. That tastes good. You can taste the honey mustard. You can taste the little sharpness of the vinegar together with the sour cream, the sweetness of the sugar, and the honey mustard as well, because the honey mustard is sweet and spicy. Delicious. I'm just going to take our potatoes. Look how beautiful they are. Now the potatoes have lots of flavor on them as well because we seasoned them before they went in the oven, and I put some chili powder on them. So it has a little bit of heat on it too. First, what I have here is a handful of chopped parsley together with a handful of tarragon. Tarragon and potato salad, dill and potato salad, they go so well. You could even do tarragon and dill. So what I have here is a handful of each that I just chopped real finely, and I'm going to put that into our dressing. And this is going to add another layer of flavor. We just mix that in. What we're going to do here is we're going to pour a little of this into our potato, a little at a time, just like this. And we're just going to mix it around. And because the potatoes are roasted, it gives it a whole different flavor than regular boiled potatoes. To this, I have some celery here, about a cup in celery, and you put in as much as you like. Everybody's different. So you're going to have to chop about a cup, and then you put in with scallions in this if you'd like. I have some shredded carrots, and you're going to put some of that in as shredded red cabbage, which helps it pop too. The colors are beautiful. Our beautiful cherry tomatoes, and they'll give that little pop of sweetness as well. Your Memorial Day barbecue or picnic. Let's taste it. Oh, here's my spoon. Let's get a potato and some celery and carrot. I'm telling you, that dressing is so good. Taste it. For your own palate, you may want a little bit more salt, a little bit more pepper. That's what cooking is all about, okay? Just don't take the recipe as it is. I think I want a little bit more salt, so that's what I'm going to add to mine. Don't be afraid to test and taste. So that's good to go. This is our roasted potato salad with our sour cream dressing, some carrots. It also has the cherry tomatoes and the red cabbage and the celery. And this is for our barbecue. Next, we're going to make our first appetizer. So now we're going to get to our first appetizer. These are little phyllo dough cups. And you buy these already made. How easy is that? And you just put them on your lined sheet pan right here. And what I have here are 2 roasted hot dogs. And I'm just going to cut them in nice circles. This is so cute. What an easy appetizer this is. The kids would love this. So all baked beans, buy your favorite baked beans, whichever ones you like, and drain them in a strainer to get the juice out of them. And to this, I just added a jalapeno. Small jalapeno I just cut up. You can see the little green bits in there because I wanted it a little bit spicy. You could add whatever you want to it. You can make them from scratch if you want. And right here we have some cheddar cheese. It's cheddar and Monterey Jack that's going to be sprinkled on the top. So this is real easy. All we have to do is take our baked beans. Make sure you get a jalapeno in there if you add it. And just fill up all of your cups with the baked bean. We don't want to fill them too much, so they're just perfect. Now what we're going to do is take a piece of our sliced hot dog, and you just push that in. And these are great little appetizers, all in one. The hot dog, the bean, wrapped in the phyllo dough, and then we're going to add some cheese to the top. Everything's better with cheese. This is like a little bite of everything all together. Perfect. Now all you have to do is just top it off with your cheese. We'll do that to each one. Then we're going to pop it in our preheated 350-degree oven. Now these shells are already cooked, so all we're going to do is cook these for like 5 to 8 minutes till the cheese melts and everything gets nice and warm, and we have our first appetizer done. In the oven, we're going to bake them off for like 5 to 8 minutes until the cheese melts, and they're going to be delicious. Oh, they look good. Look at that. The cheese is all melted. The hot dogs, the baked beans, and the phyllo dough. How could you go wrong with that? Come closer. Can you smell it? Oh, that smells so good. So let's just put these here, and then we're going to plate these up. But in the meantime, let's get our stuff ready for our next appetizer. At any barbecue, usually you see sausage and peppers. They put it on Italian bread, make a big hero. But we want to take that idea and make it into a little bite-sized appetizer for people just, walking around with their drink in their hand. It's perfect. If you roll out some dough, I'm going to get the dough. But what I have here is, this is a cutter on this side. And then when you put the dough inside here, it closes it and makes it kind of like what an empanada looks like. So this is what we're going to use to make our sausage. Now, the sausage, I just broiled this in the oven. I made this about 2 hours ago, and you have to let it cool down because you can't put the hot sausage inside of the pastry dough. So just let it cool down. Over here, I have finely diced a red pepper, a green pepper, and some onion together. Just sauteed it off in a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, pepper, just to bring out the moisture, and until it gets soft. And then you take it out, and then I put a little bit of grated cheese on it, Parmigiano Reggiano. You can use any grated cheese you like, about maybe a teaspoon I put in, and mix it together. And this is going to be a part of our filling as we stuff our pastry dough. And of course we're going to use our cheese as well. So let's get our dough and start rolling it out. What I have here is pastry dough, regular pastry dough that you make pies with. I bought this in the store. And you can buy puff pastry if you want. That's delicious as well. So all I'm going to do is just put out some flour on my countertop, because we're going to roll this out just a little bit to loosen it up. We're going to put some flour on our rolling pin as well, okay, just so it doesn't stick. Make sure you flour it well. Now, I'm going to take our dough, and we're just going to roll this out just a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. And when you roll out dough, just do it in one direction. And then what you do is you turn it clockwise. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on here as well. And then you just spread it out just a little to make it a little bit bigger surface so you can cut your circles. We have our dough rolled out. We want to cut our sausage. So we want to make it, say, about an inch. That'll fit perfect inside of our pastry dough. All we do is take our cutter. Now, if you don't have one of these, no big deal. Cookie cutter is fine. A glass is fine, and all you have to do is fold it over yourself. We have some egg wash here as well, because that's going to help to seal it. And then we're going to brush the egg wash on the top as well. That's going to help it brown. So I'm just going to take this and make my circles. So now this is what our dough looks like after it's rolled out. All we want to do is, with a dry pastry brush, just brush off the excess flour. We don't need it. And we're going to put this right in here, inside our little gadget here. And this is egg wash. Egg wash is just a little bit of milk with 1 egg. I'm going to take this and wipe it around the sides. This way it seals when we're ready to close it up. And this is what we'll do to each piece of sausage, right to the side. A little bit of our peppers and onions right in there, and some of our cheese. And then with this, look how easy this is. It closes it, you press it down, and you got a beautiful little appetizer. Now all we have to do is take some spray oil, and we're going to put this on our pan that I already lined with some tin foil because A, it's easy cleanup, and B, it helps it not to ruin your pan. So here we go. Take this, and all we're going to do is brush this with some of the egg wash. Now if you wanted to sprinkle this with some maybe coarse salt, little salt and pepper, you could do that. You're just going to keep it just like that. Beautiful. And we're going to make each one just like that. A piece of sausage, some peppers and onions, a little bit of cheese, close it up. If you didn't have this gadget, you would just stretch the dough, and with a fork, you would make sure that the ends close because you already wiped it with the egg wash. With a fork, you close it, and you do the same thing. So let's get to making our sausage and pepper little appetizers. Now I have my oven still heated at 350. Now because everything inside of these are already cooked, the peppers and the sausage, all we're doing is really heating it through and waiting for the pastry dough to get golden brown. And that won't take too long, a few minutes. Now you can do these 100 ways. You could do this all vegetable if you want. You could do it with ricotta and maybe some fresh tomato. Make it like a little pizza inside. Oh boy, you're only limited by your imagination. Put this in the oven, and we're going to bake them until they're golden brown. Now that's what we're talking about. Look how beautiful they look. Nice and golden brown, and it helped to put the egg wash on top of it. So we're just going to bring these over here, and we're going to plate up all our appetizers and our potato salad. And how beautiful and golden brown these are. Gorgeous. And on the reverse side, the same. See the oozing out of the cheese and that beautiful red pepper. So let's just plate these up. See now how nice are these to be finger food as you're walking around talking to your, people and have a drink in your hand. Perfect. If you're having a cocktail party, these two should be definitely on your cocktail menu. Let's look at what we have here. We have our beautiful pastry dough that's stuffed with our Italian sausage, the peppers and onions, and the little bit of cheese that we put in there, and we bake these off until they're golden brown. Right here we have our phyllo dough that has our baked beans that we added a little bit of jalapeno peppers to. We put slices of frankfurter that we grilled and some cheese on the top to melt. Perfect. And here is our potato salad, roasted potato salad. This is red bliss and creamy whites. We have a sour cream dressing on there with some honey mustard mixed in with some cherry tomatoes and red cabbage. Delicious. Perfect for your Memorial Day weekend barbecue, picnic, whatever you're doing. So let's taste. These look so good. Look at that inside. How beautiful. You have the sausage and the peppers and the cheese. Right here I have a little bit of mustard. And I'm going to just drizzle on the top here. And dare we take a bite? Let's do it. Ooh, fast food. Wow. The pastry dough gives it a little sweetness because the dough has a little bit of sweetness to it. And with the sausage and the peppers, boy, that is good. I definitely want to taste these. These are our frankfurters with our baked beans all in one. One little package. Put some mustard on that. Phyllo dough is crunchy. See that? All in one. And the spiciness from the jalapeno pepper. And of course, if you can't stand the heat, don't put the jalapeno in. Those are so good. And let's taste our potato salad. That we already tasted, but it's so good I want to taste it again. Has a little cherry tomatoes in it, and carrots. It's so different than mayonnaise on potato salad. You can make the same dressing and put it on tortellini salad, macaroni salad, coleslaw. Try it. It's delicious. Download the recipes, cookingwithchampagne.com. So this is just a few of the ideas that you can use for your Memorial Day barbecue. You can use it for 4th of July. Delicious just to pass around. And coming up on Friday, you know Friday is dessert and cocktail. So we're going to continue the Memorial Day theme with our dessert and cocktail. And it has to do with watermelon, okay? It's delicious. So make sure you come back on Friday. So until then, have a wonderful week. Love you for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you download the recipes. You can email me. Check out the website. And here's a champagne toast to your Memorial Day and to good eating.